Yeah, see, I target the Braum right now because he's the closest target, but I see the Anivia coming. I am out of her ulti range, so I switch targets to her. She tries to stun me, and I E over it, yeah. But unfortunately, before I can kill her, Renekton jumps on me, so I flash heal. Welcome everyone, this is game number 2 of Mainzet versus HSAlpha. And in this game, let's get rid of this fog of war. Alright, yeah. Oh well, let's get this fog of war, rather. Yeah, they contest this bush here. I play Ezreal this game because after the last game, game 1, I analyzed that yesterday, so feel free to click on that if you missed it. But they decided to contest this bush. They banned Misfortune after game 1 because they got absolutely destroyed by Misfortune ultis. And so I'm forced to pick Ezreal. They targeted 2 bans at me, Misfortune and Sivir, for some reason. For some reason they are super afraid of Sivir. But I picked Ezreal this time. I secretly practice him on my Smurf account, so I'm quite confident in my Ezreal skills. Obviously I'm not too sure yet how much damage I can and cannot do. So this is something to keep in mind. But yes, I got some unimportant klepto procs before level 1, and for some reason they already fed their... well, not fed, they exchanged kills, yes. If you look at this, yeah, this is rather weird. They have 4 people killing the Pyke, and they trade 1 for 1. And what's happening now is... they're kind of awkwardly positioned on the map. I mean, if you look at their perspective, the Renekton needed to cover bot lane in the meantime, and their bot laners are closer to top lane than to bot lane. So what they decide to do is they decide to just switch it around for the first couple of minutes, and their bot lane goes top lane, and top lane goes bot lane, which is good for me because I get free klepto procs, and I'm not really challenged in lane whatsoever. So we can safely push this Renekton under turret. And also this is even better for us because, well, first Drake is Infernal Drake, and you are able to play around Infernal Drake much more efficiently when you have 2 members on bot side instead of 1, and, well, Renekton is alone. So I try to get some klepto procs and some damage on the turret, which I do. 2 klepto procs for me there. Unfortunately just 10 gold. And yeah, we already pressured this turret with Alistar's Demolish. But I think they look to trade back soon. Yeah, if I recall correctly, they changed this this awkward setup very quickly. And yes, Renekton goes missing. They lose even more farm. So this is definitely very bad for them. They didn't really get an advantage mid lane because they traded 1 for 1, and they lost a lot of lane pressure and even some farm and experience. So now it's Lucian here, and Braum will come in a second. So in this lane, we are not too eager to fight them. I would say Ezreal outscales Lucian, and what I do now is I stay safe. I mean, I'm no longer an immobile AD carry. I can, well, look after myself, so to say. So Alistar can even go roam sometimes if he wants to. And well, my goal in this game is to simply stack my Kleptomancy and to not die, and get all this farm, obviously. So this is what's about to happen. Meanwhile, we originally planned to play around bot lane because of Infernal Drake being the first Drake, but currently our jungler is topside. We have a kind of interesting setup. We don't have any mage. Besides Nidalee, so we needed to take an AP jungler because our mid laner picked Pyke mid lane. Yeah, but we'll see how it... Well, you will see how it works out. I know how it worked out. I played this game, after all. So yeah, just some pushing going on. Even if I take poke damage, it doesn't matter too much. Alistar passive heals me for a lot over the course of the lane phase. Yes, even if you get pushed in, Ezreal is pretty good at farming under turret, because all he needs to do is press Q on low health minions. Yeah, I need to watch my mana a little bit, but due to Kleptomancy I get mana potions, and I also have biscuits, and I also have mana flow band, so that's not too big of an issue. With Ezreal, one of the more important things is to, well, first of all to hit your skill shots, which I sometimes do not, because I'm well, I'm not an Ezreal main, as you know, and but as soon as well, the most important thing is to one of the most important things is to get a proper back in lane, so you get your tier very early. A lot of your power comes from Muramana, and I miss all of these minions. Alistar should have definitely helped me. Hiccup should have definitely helped me last hitting there, which he didn't because he was busy looking some other parts of the map. We are still on voice chat, I remind you, so I probably should have communicated it to him earlier that I will need help for these minions. But I didn't, which is bad communication from my part. Yeah. Back to laning though. It's not too big of a deal. I'm at 37. He's at 31. Yeah, so I'm not farming him, probably because of the early game shenanigans with the lane swap. Yeah, but apart from that, Infernal Drake is still an objective we need to play around. And I'm very, very low on mana, so how much gold do I have? 1.5k? I definitely want to go back at this point. I have enough for a tier, and almost enough for a pickaxe. And actually everybody talks about how great tier plus Sheen is, but in my opinion just a pickaxe is even better because it's more reliable last hits, and your autos also do a lot. Right, yeah, it's just some skirmishing in lane, and we even get a kill here. We trade 1 for 1 though. Yeah, but I'm safe here. I can just E out in a second. Yeah. My E wasn't on off cooldown quite yet, so I need to take some autos from the Xin Zhao. But yes, I do get the back here. We could look at this fight again, but it was really just the supports engaging on each other and the AD carries doing as much damage as they could. Unfortunately, Alistar got the kill and Lucian got the kill, so we definitely get the shorter. Well, we are on the worse end of this trade. And so I take this wave on the turret. Alistar comes and they retreated, they backed, I think. So what my plan is here is we need to get, yeah, exactly. We were afraid of Nidalee being at the red buff, and yeah, and we see particle effects. So I couldn't go back quite yet, and Alistar needed to get vision on the dragon, and also we need to get them off the dragon. So I popped my health potions, which I did have from Kleptomancy. I popped both of them, and just in case we need to fight. But it was enough to just show up, and we could get the Nidalee off the dragon. So now Lucian, well, he backed, and I want to shove this wave ASAP and then back myself, because else I will have a massive item disadvantage. Yeah, and this wave I would really like to shove it, and I just got level 6, so ulti, got my passive to 5 stacks, and with a lot of attack speed I can clear this wave. I'm not too worried about the last hits. Get them is nice, but I just really need to, yeah, get this on the turret so they cannot freeze it. And now I can recall with quite a bit of gold, and I think I get tier plus pickaxe plus something, plus cloth armor maybe. I decided it would be better in this game to go for Iceborne Gauntlet instead of Trinity Force, so I got the cloth armor. I really thought the early armor would help, would prevent the Lucian from getting any, well, he wouldn't get any chance to snowball off of me basically, so I decided to buy early armor for the early skirmishes. Alistar holds the wave, which is very good. He also doesn't lose anything from this, since well, his passive will heal him in a second, and also his relic shield. And there I am, with a lot of items, a lot of combat stats even. This is one of the biggest pitfalls. Sheen, the passive is nice, but all in all, it's no combat stats, it's just mana and cooldown reduction. And the extra 25 AD, they really go a long way. I really like getting even a finished mana mune before I buy my Sheen. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong with this. Maybe if there are some Ezreal experts amongst you, you can let me know what I should have done in the comments. I don't know. I still need to learn a lot with this champion. And it's definitely good that I practice him, because in this competitive setting I will get target banned a lot. And yes, they made the mistake of not banning Misfortune in Game 1, but actually many teams make this mistake, but latest in Game 2 I will be on a pocket pick. And we have the jungler here, so we're looking for a fight. Teleport comes immediately, so I semi-disengage. Kind of want to do my run around in circles thingy, But yeah, I need to flash the Nivea wall because I just eat, and I try to poke them down with Q. It works because Pyke gets all the kills, and now Nivea Egg cannot really do much. I try to pressure it, but yeah, we really need to just get the Xin Zhao off of the Pyke. This fight though was very good for us. Pyke really did a nice cleanup, and the Nivea gets caught again and dies for that. Yeah, that was super bad of the Nivea. But all in all, this fight was just brilliant for us. As soon as the teleport came in, I immediately switched to a more passive playstyle, because, well, I'm still an AD carry, I'm still a very juicy target, and I need to stay alive for as much as I can, and dish out damage at the same time. But with Ezreal, you can really stay safe, and as long as you land your skill shots, you can really stay safe without having to worry about anything. And he blocks my blocks me from last hitting, but he gives me some Klepto procs, which is something. Yeah, it's fine. I recall here, and where do I see here? 1.5k gold, so I have enough for my Manamune, which I buy, and for a Sheen. So that's nice. So Manamune, and I got my boots, and next item, Iceborne Gauntlet. So Infernal Drake is still on the map, by the way. So we're still playing around bot lane a lot. Especially the early armor from Gauntlet helps me in these skirmishes, I would guess. And Nidalee takes this what's his name? Rift Scuttler? No, Scuttlecrab. Scuttlecrab. And but we also need a control word in this pit for this to be a good call. We really want this Infernal, but we do need a control word first. I would never do an objective without vision control, it's just not worth the risk. Yeah, they have vision control over this Tribush, but it's fine. Where are Lucian's items? Yeah, he has lifesteal, so my poke doesn't matter too much. But I still get all this farm, I still get Klepto procs, so I'm fine just laning. They cannot really engage on me either, because I can just jump out and Alistar can maybe apply pressure by roaming. And yeah, some madness in the mid lane. Pyke is really popping off this game, not gonna lie. He did such an amazing job. And Alistar is semi-roaming, just in case. I mean, I'm not a misfortune. I'm an Ezreal with a jump. He can leave me alone every once in a while, so that's not really a problem. And I get even more Klepto procs, and farm-wise I'm also doing fine. 100 farm at 12 minutes. It's okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Lucian is at even less. He's at 94. And the jungler is not topside. We do have vision on Dragon, so they cannot sneak it, but we should definitely apply pressure ASAP. We do want this. Yeah, just some random trading in lane. Doesn't really matter what's happening. No, neither of us two will be able to hard engage on the other one. Lucian can dash out, I can jump out, and if our abilities are on cooldown, we can just retreat and wait until they're back on cooldown, back off cooldown. But yeah, I think the situation favors me all in all because I get Klepto procs and Lucian does not. And now Nidalee attempts a lane gank, and she's not spotted yet, but there will be a ward in here, which we will see in a second, yeah. So this gank is also spoiled. But what happens now is our jungler is bot side, Pyke gets kinda caught out, and their bot lane immediately follows, and they trade 1 for 1. But the good news is the giant shutdown goes onto the Braum for some reason. Yeah, that's a major misplay on their part. That's 800 gold on the support instead of a carry. Yeah, so we trade 1 for 1, shutdown gold on Braum. Could be worse. Still not optimal though, obviously. But Nidalee, she just decides to start the dragon. And we have full lane priority here. They do not really dare to walk up for some reason. I mean, they could probably play a lot more aggressive. Look at the items. Lucian could take trades and then he'll back off with lifesteal. But he just gets himself pushed on the turret. Even Braum has double buffs, so he could probably jump on me and apply red buff over and over again. Yeah, there they initiate. And I jump out because I don't want to die. I try to dish out as much damage as possible and heal the Alistar, but... Oh, okay, he lives. I thought he was dying there. I'm not too sure why. I played this game just yesterday, so it's not too far away. Yeah, but a little skirmish cost me my heal. And Braum backs in the wrong place, and now, oh, now Alistar feeds. Yeah, for some reason, I'm not really sure what that was. He also said he was not having a great game there. Yeah, questionable decision making. You definitely don't want to attempt a dive like this when the tower damage has been buffed 2 patches ago, and buffed tremendously. So now my support is dead, and I need to recall an extra kill on the Braum, so he's fed, but that doesn't matter. Too much at least. And I back off. I have my Iceborne Gauntlet, so I just buy this. And this longsword goes into a Death's Dance. Death's Dance is an interesting item for Ezreal in my opinion after its recent buffs, because now it heals you off of all damage, not just physical damage. Mystic Shot is physical damage, so lifesteal works just fine, but healing off all damage also includes, well, it includes your ulti, your E, and your W, but also your Sheen proc, so literally everything. And so I think it's a nice item, especially when you're at 35% cooldown reduction. It has 10% CDR on it, so you have 45% now. And this is the plan. I just get a... Okay, we see they are there. They tried to trap us, but we had vision with blue ward. Yeah, but Death's Dance on Ezreal, I like it because 45% CDR and some resilience in team fights. And, well, you typically buy... oh my goodness, yeah, this is the fight I remembered. Alistar just hard engages, even though I can easily walk out. And, okay. Still not the fight I remembered. We still win this. Okay, good. Yeah, so we could look at this again, but this was just pretty standard stuff. Let's still have a look though, shall we? Alistar goes to ward. He wants to clear this ward, and they try to take this as an opportunity to jump on me. But I can just jump out, so no problem. And Alistar engages on the Lucian. He stuns him. And I luckily land all my skill shots, or luckily skillfully land all my skill shots. And they're forced to retreat. They are very low on HP. And yeah, this fight is in our favor. Yeah, but what I was about to say, you typically buy Blade of the Ruined King on Ezreal for dealing with tanks, who can be a problem for him, since they can just stomach his hits. But I got a solution for this after Death's Dance, because I value the 45% CDR a lot. But after Death's Dance to deal with tanks, I will buy, in this game... well, in this game they are not too tanky. They have a Renekton and a Fat Braum. But in order to increase my poke damage and my sustained damage, I buy a Liandry's Torment. And I think this item works quite well in Ezreal, because all his abilities have an AP ratio. It is not enough HP to not enough AP to get the adaptive bonuses to AP instead of AD, so that's also noteworthy. But also the passive burn damage, it increases if the targets are movement impaired, and Iceborne Gauntlet obviously movement impairs them. So you get the double burn damage. You if you fire a barrage of Qs, which you can do with 45% CDR, each of them will hurt a little more because you're in combat all of the time, and your damage will ramp up. So I really like this item on Ezreal, especially on the when you buy Iceborne Gauntlet. With Trinity Force, I wouldn't recommend it, but with Iceborne Gauntlet, I like it very much, a lot. Also, the burn damage off of Liandry, it heals you due to Death's Dance. Yeah, right now we took the bot turret after we forced them back, and so we attempt to do the same thing on top lane. Dragon is off the map, Anivia took it, I remind you. So there's really no reason for us to stay bot. We, yeah, this is free gold if we can take this, so we just apply our pressure there. We are winning the lane. And now I jump out, and Alistar also walks away, which is fine. Again, no reason to take a full-on fight here. Poking is in my favor. Yes, Lucian can heal it back off, but yeah, I get a lot of Klepto procs and I get rich. And yeah, this is what I remembered. Alistar completely underestimating the that damage. But I think I misplayed too. Let's have a look, shall we? There I jump out. All fine until now. Okay. So Alistair goes in, and Lucian just straight up ults him, and Braum too. I auto the Braum as much as I can. Braum flashes out to not die, and yeah, then I focus the Lucian. I probably didn't need to flash there. More like a panic flash, but yeah, Nivea teleport. I think I missed a skill shot or two, but I think I played this fine-ish in general as far as focus is concerned. I focused the Braum and forced him to flash. Yeah, but I think my flash was unnecessary, so that's something I could optimize. But yeah, we lose this turret. I tried to harass him with Q, but obviously that's not too helpful against 3 targets and a minion wave. But again, we see all of them topside, and we just decide to take it to the other side of the map. There's no way they kill me. Alistair's dead. Yes, that was a shame, but it happens. And we just place a Rift Turret bot side. They need to deal with this. Bot side is now completely open, and also Dragon spawns. Well, it has spawned. So, yeah, take the free stuff, win the game. Let's take this objective. What's happening here? They're fighting in the jungle. I'm obviously still miles away. This fight is happening. I'm on top lane alone, and there's no way I can join this fight quickly enough. I try to randomly ult. Maybe I get something, which I don't. But this ult is actually worth talking about, because I placed it here, just the off chance that we would lose and need to retreat, that the ult would maybe turn the fight around. But had I predicted that we would hard win this fight, I would have ulted this choke point, because this is their retreat path. But yeah, my job was just to... there's no point in me trying to join this from across the map. My team wins, luckily. But my job is to make this fight more rewarding and apply pressure on this topside turret. So this turret is gone now, and well, I can get some damage on this, but most importantly, I can force them to react to me. So they need to choose, either try to collapse on them, or collapse. I mean, they are not in a position they can get collapsed on, but well, they need to make a decision. They need to save this turret, or they need to depush mid-wave. So yeah, they spread out their attention. Anivia goes mid, Braum shows there, and this is a sign for me to retreat. I've drawn attention, that's enough. I don't want to risk dying, so I just recall now. And we got the dragon for free, because they need to respond to me and push out mid lane. And I wanted to recall, but I thought, hey, I have a control word in my inventory, I might as well use it. And I placed it here, behind the Baron, so not only does it see the entire pit up until this point, but also it's quite difficult for the enemy to clear. Because if they walk behind Baron to clear this, I could Q Baron from over the wall, and Baron aggroes them. So it's quite difficult for them to clear, and if you place it here, you could see this area, but you do not see the far back side of the pit. If you place it here, you see the back side, but it's easier for them to clear. So I think this is the right spot. Yeah, some skirmishes in their jungle. Lucian feeded, but yeah, Lucian fed. But yeah, that's okay. Nice for us, I suppose. So we want to play around Baron, that's for sure, but we need to do so smartly. So now we just pressure the lanes, and if the lanes are pressured enough, we might set up Vision here, and well, Vision's already here and here, so that's good. But yeah, we should definitely try to take Baron. And Nivea can wave clear for days. She's even a contender to wave clear against Baron minions, so without Baron minions, yeah, the waves will just melt, or well, the opposite of melt, freeze. And Nivea Frost Mage, right? Right, what happened here? They collapse on our Urgot. Yeah. Unfortunate. And he flashes and he dies. And yeah, so it goes around, comes around. We get a pick on the Lucian, they get a pick on the Urgot. Those events don't have anything to do with each other, but still not nice for us. Alright, we have a lot more poke damage though. And I do get the Lucian again. He is full life now, but I get a WQ, and now, okay, Nivea Spear misses. Ah, he gets the hook, and now he's low, and now my ulti can finish him off. Yeah, so the Ezreal buffs to the ulti really showing here. does no longer do reduced damage to champions. And we just try to poke and get some chip damage on the turret, which works out nicely. We don't have to commit to anything. All of us are mobile. Alistar's very tanky, but okay. He's the only one who's not mobile, and yeah, he needs to pop his ulti. That was kind of awkward. Nidalee heals though. Does she have the Athenes? Where is she? No, not even. Just strong heals, I guess. Yeah, Pyke takes this red buff for free. We have a control ward here. They have no idea we're doing it. And here we reset. I think we try to get vision on Baron, or complete vision control over Baron now, so we can pressure it. Yeah, because pushing against an Anivia is kind of tedious. Doesn't really lead to anything. Yeah, I want to retreat here. Kind of backed in an awkward spot. Now I get it though. And I do have my Death Dance, and 10% plus 20% plus another 10% plus 5% from Cosmic Insight. 45% cooldown reduction. I like it a lot, and now I should be very safe in team fights. I cannot really be bursted down. Just a random ulti. I think at this point we are a little bit overly confident. I shouldn't waste my ult like this. That's for sure. Well, 45% CDR and Q also reduces its cooldown every time I hit. Ah yeah, they cleared this ward, but I think about the new one. Yeah. And I put it. They don't have vision, so we can just take Baron. They know we are doing it. They know. Because they saw us starting. So they are on their way. Yeah, Xin Zhao comes. But we can just simply turn if they decide to do something. Yeah, so there's the Xin. Baron is at 4k health, 3k health, so this is a tough decision to make. We could have tried to finish it off, but I think it's better to turn here. So I try to not get stunned by the Renekton, so this is why I jump out. And then I proceed to throw my skill shots. I switch targets to the Anivia, who is really out of options because she used her ult there, and then I flashed her stun. As you can see, maybe we look at this again. Yeah, see, I target the Braum right now because he's the closest target, but I see the Anivia coming. I'm out of her ulti range, so I switch targets to her. She tries to stun me, and I E over it, yeah. But unfortunately, before I can kill her, Renekton jumps on me, so I flash heal. A seal was not too necessary, but I didn't want to die to Death Dance passive. Yeah, okay, I get the Renekton. And those are all low, so this should be fine. I fire at the egg, but Urgot displaces the egg, and so I miss like 3 skill shots. Yeah, that was poor communication. But in the end I still get the triple kill. Lucian will get away though, because of the blunders earlier. Yeah, we could have played this a lot cleaner. Especially the communication between myself and the Urgot was kind of awkward. Yeah, as you could see, he flipped the Anivia egg. And I missed like 2 Qs and a W on it because of that. It didn't really anticipate it, even though I probably should have. Yeah, poor communication on our part. But in the end, this fight was very good for us, and I am actually quite fed now. I'm at 4-0-4. Yes, and there's another Infernal on the map, so we definitely want to take that. Yeah. We are already at their inhibitor turrets, so we have a lot of map pressure. They have to de-push the waves, and in the meantime we just take Infernal for free. We have a control ward here, we have a control ward here, so we have absolute control over all the objectives. And not only do I want a Liandry's, I also wanted healing reduction, because the Renekton has a lot of healing, so does Xin Zhao, and Lucian also both lifesteal. So I thought, hey, I don't want to mess with that, and I got myself an Executioner's. Yeah. Haunting Guys is obviously not too good on Ezreal. Yes, he doesn't have a dot in his kit, so he doesn't make too much use of the 10% additional damage while in combat. It's really only worth it when you have a full Liandry's, but hey, it's still expensive, right? Yeah, so the Alistar, I don't really know. It was really not his game. To be fair, he's the only one in our team who's immobile. Even Urgot has a dash, right? Yeah. They eat everything. Pyke dies, Alistar dies. And now it's GB5 and we kind of lost all our map pressure. Somewhat awkward, but still fine. We still poke them for a lot of damage, as you can see. Just bullying them. And they can't really initiate on us either, because we can just dash out. And Urgot aggressively goes in. Anivia Zhonya's, this is the awkward part, Anivia Zhonya's doesn't allow me to focus her, and I also cannot really walk there because there's her ulti and I'm at half health. Me jumping over the wall would also be questionable because a Renekton is right there, so I just try to Q the Anivia out of her Zhonya's, which happens, and she dies, so that's good, and then I can follow up safely afterwards. And another Zhonya's effect, yeah. My team was kinda worried because I didn't commit instantly, but I still think I played this correctly. We can have a short look again. I mean, we are outnumbered. We have to play very, very carefully. It is 3 versus 5. Yeah, this is the situation. Urgot gets one of them, which is nice. Urgot played this very well. That was a very good fight from him. But, well, at this point I might have jumped in because I know if I see this Urgot animation, I know the AoE fear is coming, so I'm protected for some time, and I do have lifesteal, or yeah, I would just call Death Stance lifesteal for now. Yeah, but once the Anivia drops, I think it's a lot safer. I just don't want to get focused. Yeah, I think I played this correctly. I missed an E there, but everything else lands. Yeah, I think I played this correctly. Not too sure though. Let me know in the comments what you think about this fight in particular. I think it was fine though. And now they managed to lose this fight super hard despite it being 3 versus 5, yeah. Obviously a lot of credit goes to the Urgot there, he played this very, very well. And now we again got mid inhibitor, and now we should be able to apply pressure on Baron. There's no Drake on the map, so yeah, no reason to pay attention to the bot side. We started immediately, we control ward, we know they have no vision, so we should definitely get away with this. Yeah, we get the Baron, and I think we reset here. Oh yes, I think, yeah, I need 200 more gold, right? Yeah, at 1.4k, I need 1.6k to get my Liandry's, so I just take this camp, which is I think 140 gold, and due to passive gold generation, I will have enough gold when I'm back. Oh yeah, I'm at 1.6k. Alright, perfect. So now I have my next completed item, and we should be able to finish the game from here, if I remember correctly. Don't want to spoil anything. Don't want to give you spoilers. Better formulation. Yeah, but we Pyke can apply pressure top lane with a wave. We can all go bot lane. And Anivia can clear the wave against supers with her ulti, as you see, but she cannot be here and here at the same time, and also there's supers running down mid lane. So we should have them right there. Still on my way. But yeah, the wave's coming, 2 cannon minions, so this tower should fall rather quickly. Try to harass with Q. Yeah, tower's down. Alistar is caught out again, but yeah, the massive heal from the Nidalee. Okay, they fight. I'm not too big of a fan of just fighting here, but it is fine in the end. I tried to back off earlier, yeah. My main priority is not to get caught and dish out as much damage as possible. Definitely. As always. I mean, I'm the AD carry, right? Okay, so what happens here? Could I have done this better? Yeah, Alistar getting lower before the fight even starts is not optimal, that's for sure. Lucian ults. And I E'd very aggressively. Maybe I shouldn't have wasted the E there. Yeah, I flashed out again. Yeah, my E was bad. But everything else, I auto the Renekton, I apply Grievous Wounds. Yeah, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. My E was questionable, but everything else was fine, I think. And yeah, we come out ahead because we are ahead in general. Yeah. Yeah, that's the game. Towers have fallen. And I heal back up with Death Stance. Taking a lot of damage though. I'm playing a little bit sloppy right there, but no need to fight any longer. We have supers, and they cannot defend the Nexus. Right. That was game number 2. Mainzet versus HSAlpha from my university's league, from the League of the German Universities. Alright, so yeah, I played Ezreal this game. Misfortune was banned. I'm not so sure how you guys think about me playing Ezreal. Some of you said you would love to see it, but please everyone let me know if you want to see some Ezreal on this channel as well. But if you want to see Misfortune stuff, there's plenty on the screen. You can click on it. If you want to see the game if you want to see game 1, I uploaded that yesterday, so you will find it too, I guess. And also let me know if you want to see more of these competitive analyses from my own competitive games. And yeah, apart from that, have a beautiful day and see you tomorrow.